You know, it's not often that I do what I'm about to do, and that is normally come up with a really bad idea and then change my mind. For example, the building of this new Blueiris dedicated box with 15 drive slots in it that is going to give me better cooling, better performance overall, and it's a brand new system. We're talking an X299-7940X that has been lapped multiple times, has great temperatures now, everything is fixed, and I needed to build a bracket in order to house the water cooling. It is going to be water cooled all in one. It's a Corsair H550 whatever I just didn't really have anywhere to put it. So I took the fans out of this. So these are just the fans that came with this, just the Rosewell fans. I really maybe need to replace those, not important, but I took the fans out and I was just kind of playing around with placement. This does not fit up to here, does not line up. I've taken this all apart. I tried to figure out some way to fashion up some sort of a mounting mechanism to let it mount up. Does not work, does not line up. So my genius idea was I'm gonna build a whole mounting thing, right? And I'm just gonna make it out of wood or aluminum or something. But you know what? I posted a few things on social media and somebody was just like, dude, just get this. It's a custom mounting bracket thing that you can just attach to anything. And I thought to myself, God, that is so much cleaner, so much better, so much easier. And it allows me to work on some other projects while I delay this build. So in today's video is another update, and I'm gonna be working on this DVR. So yes, this Blueiris DVR is a little overpowered. I'm probably gonna be using it for other things because it's gonna have a lot of hardware in it, but let's make some progress. So I did install the motherboard just to kind of get an idea of what I'm going to be working with, what kind of cables are going to be in here, how cramped this is going to be, adding on, you know, this is a 360 rad. So I really needed to get an idea of how this is going to fit. So to do this, before I take this out and start doing modifications to this case, I need to put the fans back in. That way I can get a better representation of how much space I have available. But then I will be doing some drilling and some pounding. I'm gonna pound this case, like just give it to her. With the fans installed, and if you look under here, so this is the bracket. It has this little metal thing. This is the offset for the motherboard connections. That way it doesn't protrude underneath. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. But you see that? If I push that up against that motherboard tray, kind of get it somewhat centered, then I can mark some drill holes that I'm gonna just drill it, right? Drill it out, get it mounted right there, and then I will have a perfect mount for the radiator, the 3 fans, and honestly, that should be perfect, I think. Little pro tip, I put a magnet on the bottom of it to help keep some of the shrapnel from going everywhere. All right, now that I have all of these holes drilled, so I have 6 holes drilled. I actually had to drill them twice, just, you know, wrong size. But pretty much, here's what I want to do. I want to use this little pounder thingy, and I want to try to indent these holes to where they go in. And if I can indent them just enough, this is going to be a terrible idea, but if I can indent them just enough, then these can recede just a little bit into the case, and then I won't have as much on this other side. So I don't know how well this is going to work out, but it's worth a shot. So got these, they're indented a little bit. I don't know if this is gonna make a big difference, but I wanna try to recess them a little bit, and that was the best option that I had. Although stuff kind of went flying everywhere. I think the idea of the recessed thing, look at this, is not, let's see if I can get that. Yeah, not very recessed. So the idea, I think, was more akin to this. See how that would just kind of go in, you recess it and stuff like that, but this is built to attach to the radiator. So it's kind of a different screw. This is a nut and bolt, and even though I probably could have used that if I would have, you know, made it shorter, I just have to go with that. So hopefully I won't have any issue where I'm mounting this in somewhere and it's got really tight tolerances to the thing underneath it. So for now, this is just, you know, this is gonna have to do. And this is something I didn't really think about. Look at that. So I have to screw in from this side to attach the radiator. Actually, even though it's going to take just more work, the best solution is really to just take these out. So, I mean, yeah, that sucks. I'll take them out, whatever. There we go. Nice and sturdy, mounted in there. Well, damn. I mean, this is pretty much ready to put together. Let's put the drive slots back in. All right. So whoever on Twitter gave me this idea, yeah, dog's eating a sock with, solar panels. Anyways, whoever gave me the idea on Twitter and or Instagram, thank you. The one thing I did have to do was switch the fans around because of the way it was configured. Basically, you know, these were pulling this way and these were faced the other way. So that would have been kind of dumb. But I got those switched around, and then I have this 1 terabyte 970 Pro. It's by Samsung. It's just an SSD that goes in this little DIMM slot on this X299. It's supposed to be a little bit faster, but I don't think this really matters too much as far as speed goes, being that quick or that close or whatever. But either way, it's better than the NVMe slot underneath this, which I've never liked because it literally covers up the SSD with a large piece of plastic and it has no heat dissipation. So it just doesn't make sense, especially with something like this, where if it is being stressed, it could literally just overheat and throttle itself. So it's definitely good to have it. It's going to be facing this way, right in here, and then it's going to have basically air moving right on it. So it'll be able to keep it cool just in case it gets worked on. Now that I have the primary storage figured out, I have to hook up all the SATAs because it's just a regular motherboard and whatever. So I have to get a SATA card. Thankfully, got plenty of those. To the junk drawer. Ow. Be in there somewhere. USB 3.0. Yes. No. Oh wait, no, I don't need that. Only got one of these. I forgot the other one's in Angry Inch. So for now, I'm just gonna build it out. I have 6 on the board and 4 on this, so that'll only give me 10 drives. But once I take apart the Angry Inch, I can use that card to use this. Do you ever go on a hunt and just think to yourself, you know what, I have this thing, this one thing, it's like an adapter, a cable, anything, like really tiny thing, because you're a hoarder, you keep all that crap, but you know you have it and you can't find it. That usually happens to me. But this time I was like, you know what, you need a USB 2.0 connection through a micro USB, right, in order to run this pump. This is all in one thing. I was like, you know I have that damn cable somewhere. Found it. This basically goes right on your motherboard, plugs into the Corsair, as you can see right there, and I don't have to run it outside of the case. I was literally about to just like fab up a thing and just stick it through a hole or something. It would have looked really janky. Anyway, now I'm at the point where I've roughed it in. As you can see, very rough. I actually do plan on making this look at least 3% better. I'm gonna boot it up and use my handy dandy Windows 10 stick and reinstall Windows 10 on the NVMe drive. And then once I verify everything is working, kind of get everything up and running, then I can start loading stuff, the junk, the Blueiris, and all the other things. And maybe, no. I was thinking about mining like also, but the 1080 just doesn't do that much. I mean, it does, but I mean, I have my mining rig off right now. It just doesn't do that well. Well, I guess at the time of night, it won't see the NVMe drive. So, I don't know why. It's probably because it's in this extra slot. I gotta be honest, I don't even remember what this extra slot does. I thought it was just a super close, super fast slot, but it's been many years since I've really even built this system. So, I'm gonna have to take something apart or whatever and figure that out, but not right now. Now, I eat tacos. Update. It's been next day. Spent a little bit of time working on it. Just moved that NVMe drive all the way down there. Got rid of that stupid slot. Don't really care about it anymore. So now what I'm going to do is start running all of the Molex connections. Yeah, that's right. Molex. I need 8. And this power supply has like, you know, low priority Molex. So that's 3 there, 3 there, 2 there, you know. So I got to run all this extra cable just to run the old school Molex that this runs off of. So that's neat. And then on top of that, I have to go through and install all of the SATA cables. Really, when it comes down to this, since it's going to be a closed off server, I'm not worried about aesthetics. So this thing being off, exposing this, I want airflow going over the SSD just in case that gets hot, whatever. I don't even care. Like, it could just sit there. I'm just, you know, function over fashion at this point. But then I'm gonna spend some time redoing some of the power cables and everything else and just try to get everything tied down, use that little cluster F of tie downs that I have there and try to make things a little bit cleaner. But I did get Windows 10 installed, spent a few minutes going through, making all the basic tweaks, uninstalling things, using shut 10 up a little bit just to clean it up. I kind of sort of got it all ready. I haven't installed Blueiris, which I will do, export my settings, then import my settings to the new installation. Make sure, you know, I'm gonna go through all that. But then that brings me to the idea of storage, right? So 15 drives of storage is the option on here. I could hook up 12. The way I have it set right now is that I have a array of storage space hard drives, right? And that's really just Windows. Like, I can't run like a Windows RAID 5 or whatever. It's just storage spaces, and I personally hate storage spaces, but hey, whatever. Pretty much what I want to do is either buy hard drives, which I'm not really in the market to purchase anything like that right now, or B, I did slap, I think, 4 8-terabyte drives in my Synology NAS and a couple SSDs, both of which I don't use. So I have 4 terabytes worth of SSDs, and I have, I don't know, whatever I have in the extra little add-on thing for my Synology. It doesn't really do anything at all. So I think I'm gonna go into my Synology. I'm gonna remove those because I don't use them for anything, and they're just sitting there spinning. And I'm going to put those into this server. And then I have a bunch of those 4 terabyte drives that are sitting in my current DVR that I have been having minor issues where 1 or 2 of the drives are having writing, issues. So the array went down. It's like, hey, write error, etc. It could be from heat, could be from a number of different things, but in the end, it's only like 20 terabytes, you know? So, I'm gonna have to go through and like scan all those, or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs, but right now I just want to get this built, get it organized, cable organized to where it looks just a little bit better, and then get that thing mounted in the rack. That's pretty much my goal right now. Oh, look at all that red. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Just kidding. You should laugh. But you know what? That's what I had. I had a bunch of red cables, and yeah, it's clean-ish. This is the Revo 350 drive. It is the oldest fast SSD that I have. It's a PCI Express card. I've had this for probably the better part of, oh God, I want to say 7 or 8 years now. It's been super reliable. It's 480 gigs only, but it is pretty quick. So when it comes to a Blueiris server, you get everything configured for your clips and your storage and your recordings, things like that. You know, you have your operating system drive, of course, but then you also have, or at least the way I have it set up, you have a cache drive. Now, I don't like having the cache drive the same as operating system drive, just because if for whatever reason your main storage goes down, it'll just keep filling up the main drive. Like it'll never move them over. So I like having that on a separate drive. And believe it or not, that's happened a couple times where the main storage just kind of stops responding or whatever, and you know, stuff just goes haywire. So here's where I'm at right now. Basically, I have looked at all the 4 terabyte drives on my old system, and they're all full 4 terabyte drives. I got 6, 7 of them, whatever, in there, and just a bunch of them are just kind of they're old. You know, they need replaced. They serve the purpose, but they are starting to just, you know, show signs of instability. At least they are in Windows storage spaces. Now I actually have kind of 2 buffers. So I store to an SSD. That's like all the triggers, the alerts, stuff like that. Then it moves from the SSD to the local RAID 5 storage space setup. So then it moves to that, and then when that gets to a certain amount, like certain size, then it transfers over to my main server, Loki. Now Loki's got, you know, a bunch of space obviously, but my biggest issue with that is that I had to break it down into multiple layers. I mean, we're talking, you know, auxiliary 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm all the way up to like 13. Basically, the way I have it set up, where it triggers, it saves a new file every time. So you get hundreds of thousands of files, and it just bogs the system down to the point where you can't even browse the folder just because there's too many. So I've been doing a lot of that recently, and I fear that it's going to take a little bit longer to kind of get everything set up, just mainly because I have to move a bunch of files around just to get that organized, get things dumped off of my current NVR system for Blueiris, just so I can migrate everything over to this. But hey, at least I got Windows installed, at least I kind of got everything set up. I still have 2 slots over here that are not populated, and that is because I have to get another SATA card. So I'm gonna put that SATA card probably right there. I just gotta get another one. SATA cards are cheap, but I only have one on me. Either way, I have a 7940X now running with a 1080 Ti, a 1 terabyte 970 Pro main boot OS drive, and a 480 Revo Drive 350. I have a bunch of fast storage. I got plenty of speed. I know it's old hardware, but you know what? That's pretty quick just to run a Blueiris server. Maybe I will do a little bit of mining on the side. But since I've gotten everything hooked up and kind of organized, I haven't even powered it on yet. So let's see if, well, oh yeah, I have it set up to automatically boot as soon as it gets power again. Let's see if it boots. Boom. Does anyone else like constantly doubt like some minor change that they made to their system is going to prevent it from booting? Or is that just me? Can we just take a second to acknowledge and appreciate those delicious idle temps OMG, look at that, 24, 21, 23. I got the highest there when I was really running a few loads. We still have, oh, that's just the whole package. Okay, we have one core right there. That seems to get a little hotter, but still, holy bananas. That is so much better than what it was when it was my main computer. I would have never thought to actually lap the CPU die. That's insane, I felt like. I wish I would have done that in the beginning, because that entire saga of me trying to get better temperatures could have been shortened drastically. In fact, so many regrets. Let's just leave it at that. Got everything semi-finished. Basically, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this off so you can see the finished product here, or almost finished product here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna order a SATA card, right? Either one that has more SATA ports on it, or just a second one that has 4 SATA ports on it, and put it on that slot right there. This is set up as my alert / temporary storage, and I have almost everything plugged in, except I do not have enough Molex connectors that go with this power supply. Go figure, Molex is really outdated. So what I can do is just get 2 Molex splitters and just split that off, and then I can power that. Yeah, get her. Gee, dang, dang. Dang. Okay, so I can just get a couple Molex splitters right here, and then I will be able to fill these 2 and plug in the last 2 SATA. Fight. No? Okay. So once I'm able to do that, I'll be able to populate all of these. At the moment, this is not powered on, so essentially this is completely worthless. But I will be able to load, and I'm gonna go ahead and take some 8 terabyte drives that I have randomly spread throughout the house. I'm gonna put at least 3 that I know sitting around, 3 that I have in my Synology NAS. So that would get me a total of 6 8 terabyte drives, and then this will be done. But that is gonna take a long time, primarily because audio, primarily because primarily just because I'm moving files around, and it's just taking forever. But let's be honest, that is really not relevant. I'm building the server, showed you the server, and I'm gonna put it on the rack, in the rack. Let's do that. You're so good, girl. Yes, you are. You're so good. You know who's not good? That cat. Why are you sitting on my power switch? What are you doing? That is not a place for you to sit. There's not. Just sniff her butt. Okay. Now here's the problem. So this is a 4U server, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gotta move this Synology. It's looked weird anyways. Well. Okay, so I don't know what to do with this yet, but I accidentally unplugged this, and this one's kind of freaking out. Maybe I screwed up the cable or something. Now this is just a simple set of nav point shelves. I actually am pretty sure, if I remember correctly, yeah, this is the same shelves I have to hold up Loki. The only difference is I cut these shelves because I was trying to make it fit my old rack, right? So these are like leftovers, so they really have less support. So these should be longer and better. Actually, I take that back. So different, very close, very similar. Yeah, so I cut these off. You can see that cut right there. So 2 differences here. One, the shelving part here ends halfway through. So like, as you can see towards the back of the server, kind of leans a little bit, right? Whereas this one, the shelf goes all the way. So while these are still cheap, like basic shelves, which I only have 1 screw in right now, they're gonna have better support just all across the board. So, sweet. in the hole. Oh, what the freaking heck is going on? Why? Oh my god. It's a 4U server, damn it. It should fit. Alright, well, apparently it doesn't work, and I gotta lower it down one freaking notch. I really need to dust this. It's gotta, yeah. There we go. Second time is a try. Wait, second time is a charm. I got gonna. Ow. Get her. Oh, just kidding. Oh, don't get her. Oh, God, calm down. Okay. Wow, that's kind of boring with no hard drives, or just in general. The only thing I don't really like, and it's not the only thing, but it's the main thing. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. It's just hanging there. That is going to fall over. The cat is going to jump on that. That is going to fall over. Oh. So for the time being, and by the time being, I mean, for the next 5 to 7 years, I just move this forward. I push this a little bit more on the side because obviously I can't stack them. They will not fit side by side. Basically, what I need to do is I need to get one of those big Synology NASs. I really do like the Synology operating system, ecosystem, the easy use, the management, all that stuff. So I really do like that. But I just need to get one that has 11 drive slots or something that would just fit right here. So I can move all my stuff over, all my drives over, and it would all just fit, But hey, look at this. Definitely a little bit shorter than Loki, right? But this also holds 30, 40 drives, whatever. This one only holds 15. It only has one row. But at least now it's officially racked. And just like everyone watching this video, Luna's asleep. Or at least pretending to be asleep.